Cyber Ninja Online, guys. Welcome back to Brain Fart there. Welcome back to Evil Genius. So this is chapter 9, and when we last left off, we were on the search for yet another person to add to our round table of evil here. I have found him. I'll get to that in a second. So I've done some stuff off screen. Like I said, I was doing some stuff off screen. I took the armory here, and I actually made it just a prison. So I put in another interrogation, or holding cell and another interrogation chair. I actually extended the temporary power room further and threw in a couple more power generators and some what are they called? Capacitors, that's what they are. And then I opened up a security room here. So I have 3 desks, 1, 2, and 3, and I'll get to that in a second. I have the clock, which I have it said supposed to be manned, but, you know, as you can see, not that it's a huge deal, because number 3 really isn't that important right now anyways. And then I have my handgun rack and a rifle rack still. So I stole this when we were off screen, and I threw it here. It gives off loyalty, and I figured anyone coming into the library can kind of pass by it and, you know, be like, oh yeah, sweet. What else? This is still on hold. Okay, that wasn't a soldier. I think that's about it, really. I did reconnect that, by the way, and fix that. The only other thing is I added more hotel rooms here now. Not that it really is staffed at this current moment, but when we get there. So, yeah, as for the camera situation, I added a couple more cameras, by the way. I added this one, and this one. And I split it up into sections. That way it can be better monitored. So this is section 1. So I have a camera and loudspeaker in there, a couple cameras covering this hallway. I got a camera and loudspeaker in there, and then the 2 cameras covering this hallway. I got section 2 here. So camera and loudspeaker and camera, yada 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 yada. And then section 3 is actually down here. So one is covering this power generator room, and the other is covering this right here. The give me a second, it'll come to me. Training room, that's what it's called. Don't know why it took me so long to figure that out. I was figuring to throw in a couple more cameras, but you know what? For all it's worth, I'm gonna leave it for now. So, taking a look at the map here, I'm still making 4 grand every 60 seconds. So I've built up a fair amount. I've done a fair amount of acts of infamy to kind of boost it. So my notoriety rank is up to 73 now, and I have found Nigel. He's right here. So I need 5 guards. I'm actually going to send 7. And we'll send Kane out there. We'll wait until... We'll tell them to go hiding. And then our capacity is up to 75, so I boosted the guard number up to 35. Workers staying at 20. Technicians are at 10, and valets are at 10. I'm actually going to go ahead and... Ooh. 500 for every 40 seconds. I'm going to spend some of our hard-earned money actually here. We'll just fill this up. There. 11 should be good for now. It's not like we're not going to make it back. So I think, if I remember correctly, Nigel is the last one we have to capture for this, and then I can sit down at this table. Well, I can sit down right now, but I just choose not to. I'll sit down at the table, and then that objective will be over. I don't think we have any optional objectives. We do. Curse collection. A sacred Native American totem pole was looted by colonial administrators early in the 19th century. It was divided into 4 pieces, which were dispersed to museums across the world. Tribal elder took umbrage at this desecration and placed a curse on each piece. A curse that can only be lifted by reuniting the totem pole pieces on their own. Each piece has a negative effect on nearby minions. Collect all 4 pieces and place them near each other to create the completed totem pole and enjoy its beneficial effects. So, what it's saying is, somewhere on this map here, there's going to be a totem pole that I can find. And, if I do find it, basically what will happen is that, sorry, what will happen is that if I find all the totem pole pieces and then assemble them together, I'll actually get a better, I'll get a good artifact, because right now these all give basically, I think they're all just loyalty boosts if I'm not mistaken. Some have better range, like this one's probably the best one we have so far. This one's the crappiest one. However, with the totem pole, that one, it gives negative effects until it's put together as red, so. Go ahead and capture Nigel now. So, we'll be using this room a lot more. I don't plan to keep this. So once I do get the smaller compact power generators, I will be opening this room up a little bit more, throwing those power generators in there, probably scrapping this if I can, and then doing whatever I need to with all of this. I do plan to leave this here though. I do like the setup here, and I can just kind of go around it. I have noticed that from having this, I'm having a lot less problems with enemies in my base, especially down here. Like, that was the first person I've seen in a while. However, the problem with having this here is if it gets activated by an enemy, it will affect my unit still, so I have to be careful about that. Pretty sure not all the totem pole pieces are up here. I'm pretty sure it's just, I want to say one, but I don't know, we'll figure out. But we have an optional objective that we will work towards. Eventually I will keep some of the treasures in here. It's just for right now, I don't feel the need to. I know it's, like I said before, this is a bit excessive. That's the word I'm looking for having a stronghold room the size of this. Controlling my base. Alright. I'm watching you, sir. Suspicious. I can't even talk right now, Jesus. Suspicious construction worker. You're making me money in the European islands. Europe and all of its colonies. Well, maybe not all of its colonies. It's a vast number, but that's the point. So these guys all have crap for intelligence now because they've hit the trap twice. The first time they hit the trap, it drops it a fair bit. The second time, it just completely obliterates. I was thinking about doing 2 sets of traps back to back. That way they pretty much get rendered useless as soon as they come in. But, I mean, for all it's worth, what they have been doing and, you know, going and all that, I really don't need to. My hotel has been decent. Been keeping busy, and that's all that really matters to me. I want to make sure they're all plotting. I have to be careful. Check the map periodically. If I see anyone, I'll hide the units there. And that's pretty much it. I know this is a really slow-paced game, considering. I forgot to check the time again before I started. Really slow-paced game, considering. I mean, what do I do in my downtime, right? Like, while I'm waiting for stuff like this, but, you know.
The former CIA agent Nigel Ewing has long been suspected of smuggling guns into the Middle East with the intention of inciting civil war. But no concrete evidence has ever been produced until now. A smash investigation unearthed the cache of Ewing's weapons in Tripoli, but Ewing himself has managed to escape before he could be apprehended. He was last seen boarding an uncharted flight. Destination unknown.
Back to the main objectives here. Of course there's another one. Bob Barking Kane, the respected organized crime boss from the East End of London, is the last of the major crime bosses. He isn't going down without a fight. Reports indicate that fighters loyal to his cause will be landing on our shores very shortly. We must show him who is boss, crush his men, and bring him to hell. To heal, sorry. So, I was half tempted to pull those guys back. I'm not going to, though. I don't see anyone yet, but I'll definitely keep my eye out for that. Anyways, like I was saying, I do know this is... I understand that this is a very slow-paced game. Because, I mean, realistically, what am I supposed to be doing in the downtime? There's literally nothing for me to do. And, that's just it. I mean, I still wanted to do this game. And it's also kind of an experiment on my part because I do have other games, not as slow-paced as this, but other strategy games where it's like I said, it won't be as slow-paced as this, surprisingly, but other strategy games, I think those are the guys I'm looking for. Other strategy games that I want to be playing in the future that I just want to test the waters out for and figure out what the best thing would be to do certain scenarios. So for example, with this, what the best thing to do in this scenario for when I have a slow-paced game like this. I don't know what they're attacking. They're attacking, apparently. I'm gonna let them kind of get a little bit closer before I do anything. I just wanted to make sure everyone was alerted and armed. I'm gonna leave her in there for now. Fun fact, units can't walk over this, which is funny because I went to go place it down here where it said it would be okay. Everyone in this room started panicking, and it took me like literally like 2 or 3 minutes to figure out why they were panicking. Not that I wanted to have an all-out gunfight with them right now. They're actually attacking these other people. That's great. I'll leave the base on alert still. Of course it came. Okay. Wiped out the guy over there too. Unfortunately, the technician over there. As far as I'm aware, there's only 3 left. Lord Kane still isn't back, unfortunately. What did they destroy? They destroyed the panel. Or the pad, I should say.
Object has been ordered.
That's about it, though. And this, by the way, is why you keep fire extinguishers around, for that very reason. Not gonna do anything with her until we get these last couple guys. Last few guys, I should say. What I need them to do is kind of make their presence known. I just don't want to open this door for letting them in. Two more guys left. Nice. One can stand down now. As soon as I do that and I hear that. Wasn't all too bad. I'm assuming that that was all of his men. I have to scour the island though, make sure none of them actually ran anywhere. It's more. Go ahead and send one guard out there. I'm gonna wait for them all to get on the island first. And get rid of her for me.
Select an interrogation device to proceed.
So I can't remember if I have to actually find him as well. Or if I just have to defeat his men. There's Kane. Finally back. Every time I send him out, more or less, he just doesn't make it back. It's kind of irritating, actually. Alright, they're pretty much almost all on the island now. 2, 4, 5, 6 guys. Sheesh. It's gonna take them a while to kind of walk around and find me anyways, though, so not too concerned. Actually want to move these 5 down to here. I want to send one guy there to do some plotting. The 5 can steal the steel. Steal from that sector there. I also found a cheaper maid to steal. Only requires 2 workers to abduct her rather than 4. All the 6 of them are all the way down there. I'm going to wait until they come up further before I try anything. The other thing I could do is actually plant a camera out here. That way they know where they're going to be. But figure I'll just leave it. I was going to say while I wait, I could start doing some missions out here, but I really don't want to pull people away. Pull him back, though. We're at 239k. It's not bad. Freezer's pretty empty, surprisingly. And that's just a testimony to, like I said, those traps actually proving to be of use. But like I said, the downfall about those traps is it also hits my guys, too. So, there's always some negative effect. A lot of these rooms look so barren. Like my infirmary looks shitty. Library looks crappy. I wouldn't mind having some more in the security room to fill it in. 50 grand for a topside shack. Never mind. I was gonna throw a couple of these up there. That's quite expensive. I haven't found anything in Europe yet. Keep my eyes out. You're just too deep in the base now, so you're being abducted.
On security network.
Eventually you get objects for a lot of these rooms. Like you get, can't remember what it does specifically, but there's something in this room that it doubles as a torture device. You get a moving bookshelf here, which again doubles as a torture device. Nice, another guard. Kane's carrying him. God. Okay, these guys are getting somewhat closer. Shadowing target. That guy's providing backup. We'll give it a little bit. Yeah, no, I thought about it, but I'm gonna leave everything the way I have it, pretty much, more or less. No real need to expand with any one thing. Got my bases covered. They're pretty much almost here now. Panicked by body bag. By the time it comes in after I order it, these guys are probably still going to be out there anyways. Because I was going to get a camera. Place it topside. Hiding. Hiding. We're just going to lay low for a little bit until those guys decide to disappear. Agents of justice. Get him interrogated.
Confirmed. Awaiting interrogation device selection. Kill tag issued. Intruder tagged for capture.
I always have the worst timing with that. Where I want to go and, still hiding. Where I want to go and, interrogate someone, but then I'll set the base to alert and it'll stop the interrogation, obviously. He's looking to escape. I don't think he's going to be able to.
Warning. High security door breached. Warning. Hostile presence detected in base.
However, put this on grid 3. Security camera in there.
Order confirmed.
A loudspeaker. Three more guys. More. Let's get these people out of there. I want to take a look at grid 3 again. 1, 2, 3,
Prisoner interrogation requested. Select
4.
interrogation device to proceed. Object has been ordered.
Don't need one in there. That's kind of retarded.
Object purchase order confirmed.
Go 5 like that. I haven't found anything in Europe yet. And he said that he's from the shores of London. Another badge, my god.
Intruder tagged for termination.
Makes me think that I have to find this guy, but at the same time, like I said, I'm already searching, so can't really be it. Hopefully they try to come straight to my base. I don't really want them to run around. Double check with this again. East end of London. That would be here in this, the European district here. Of course, they're gonna run all the way around. Oh well. And tag him. He's outside the base. I don't really care what he does.
Object has been ordered. Object purchase order confirmed.
Not that there's anyone ever in here, so I don't really need a loudspeaker there, but I figured.
Object has been ordered. Object purchase order confirmed.
Go like that. Gives them just a little bit more coverage. Well, while I wait for those guys, I might as well get creative. I don't have mercenaries yet, so won't do that one just yet. 6 valets, that's a lot. Since 8 valets and 3 guards. See if we can't get that job done. We're all standing around. They're like, yeah.
ordered.
Might as well throw some more stuff in there just to kind of fill that room out. Pretty sure there's nothing else in here. Obviously not going to put a security camera or loudspeaker. So I would say no, nothing else in there. Something I could do though, something I could do though is shrink down this room, half the size, make the other half a small armory. Like literally just an armory. There, right there. I'm gonna get some of these missions done. The Acts of Infamy out there. Can't do that one, but I can do the Felonist Fundraiser and the Golden Opportunity. I can come down here and do some of the missions there too. If I wanted. So, I mean, at this point, there really isn't a reason to say no. And if my henchman was actually like a... Not a melee henchman, but just an actual, like, physical attacking henchman, I would totally send him out there to deal with those guys, but he isn't. That's the problem, is he works around just manipulation. So he'd actually be pretty crappy.
Capture tag issued.
Haven't seen a whole lot of action, so we might as well capture this guy. Gives me something to do. I still just have the 2 room types, lobby and lounge. There's a guard out there. Most of the guards are drinking at the bar. I guess everyone needs a little bit of time off now and then. I'll allow it.
Mission underway.
Go ahead and get that mission started. There's a lot of enemies down here. I still have a fair bit of room left in my mountain too here. Remember the first time I played this, I got to the second...